HBARians, welcome back. Let's talk HBAR right now. And we have something to mention, despite being in a government shutdown right now, still noteworthy. And I'll give you my thoughts as it involves anybody who owns and holds HBAR. So if you are a fan of HBAR and crypto, welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now. Hit that like button, do what you got to do, let YouTube know that you like what I'm talking about, and let's get down into it, okay? But this is where we're going to talk about my thoughts on the HBAR ETF going live on NASDAQ amid the government shutdown that is ongoing. And also, I do want to kind of segue into what we're seeing here on the day for HBAR, and not only HBAR, but we had it given up a couple of the good days, trading into the green, Bitcoin kind of falling a little bit. And on a day where Bitcoin's down below 113, Ethereum's down below 4,000, it's nice to see good old HBAR up almost 8% as we currently are recording. So a little bit of a outlier defying the rest of the market. And this pump is something of noteworthy attention, but I do think it is something that we should not be overreacting to, because we have been on a little bit of a descending triangle, basically dating back to July of this year. And I'll give you my thoughts on that as we get going. Just please remember, guys, none of this is financial advice, just my views on the crypto market. But I thank you all for tuning in, and let's talk some crypto. Okay, so as we zoom out and kind of witnessing on a more zoomed out scale, okay, this is where we look at the insane pump that we had back in November of 2024. And then since then, I think we are going to draw one of these, because this has been, in my opinion, the floor that has been established. And honestly, I probably will take it up a notch, because I do think that we have found some strength right here in the second shelf, okay? So anytime HBAR does dip below 18 cents, that's kind of that bottom level for me and what I'm looking at. Anything pretty much above that, we're doing something extremely special. And it's nothing that I do see being sustained. You can see that evident with all the sharp red volatility, the sharp red candles. That's kind of where you look into kind of the bigger story here with HBAR. Anytime we do go above 18 cents, it's extremely volatile, okay? Anytime we do go below it, we have seen this a couple times where we do consolidate a little bit, and for the most part, it has been kind of one of those instances where probably about 5 times, actually give or take about 4 times, that we have dipped down below 18 cents, bounced up very nicely. So alluding to kind of this conversation in more of a recent time frame, okay, this is where we're going to look at this candle right here back on Friday, the 10th of October. Okay, very sharp decline down below 18 cents. And then from there, guys, that's kind of where we bounced off of this floor very nicely. And if you were trading on more of a short-term window, that probably allowed you to make some gains. And that's kind of my new bar and threshold for HBAR. So anytime we do go below 18 cents, that's kind of the go zone for me. I'm not going to tell you guys to buy or sell crypto, but I could just tell based on the last 6 months of how HBAR is traded, this is something where we don't live there that long. Okay, it used to be in my 22 cents used to be my kind of line that I did draw right here. You can see about 22.8, 22.9. And right now, as we do dip below that, that's more in the last, like I said, July to where we're at October right now, as I'm currently recording. That's been kind of more the short-term window, but longer term, 18 cents has been that second level of support, okay? So we'll see what happens. I personally don't want to overreact to this sharp green that we have seen today, because all things considered, if the market continues to trend into the red, that's kind of where I look for HBAR to be subject to a lot of the macro, and maybe even find itself trading back down below here, below this blue support line, even down into the 17 cents territory. So I'm not saying it's a short candidate, but just looking at it at face value, not really doing too much outside of the news today that I am going to talk about, okay? But as we get into it, I do all of my trading on BITUNIX. If you aren't using BITUNIX, I do have an exciting promotion. New users will get 25% of a bonus to your futures trading account up to 500 USDT. That link will be down below in the description. If you do want to sign up with them, make sure it's right for you, where you're located, understand the terms and conditions, and do all of your own due diligence. Make sure it's the best financial decision for you personally. But if you do want to trade with me on BITUNIX, that link will be down below, okay? But we came here to talk about HBAR going live on NASDAQ despite the government shutdown. So I do want to talk about this, and I will preface this all by saying I'm not the biggest ETF guy out there in the world. Okay, so when we do get these news headlines, great. This is not a bad thing for HBAR. but I'm just not too much of a guy. One of those fan boys out there going to be saying, oh, HBAR ETF, we're going to the moon. I just don't see it that way. Bitcoin, Ethereum, we have had our ETFs, and yes, we've hit insane numbers. Okay, Bitcoin almost hit over 125. Ethereum, conversely, almost reached $5,000. Okay. Personally, I think that was all coming with or without the ETFs, and that's kind of where we're trading at today. But still, the HBR ticker, that's the first US ETF that we have seen. Canary Capital's HBAR ETF made its debut, joining Litecoin in a wave of these new US spot ETF listings that we did report this saying that it would happen quickly. And despite the government shutdown ongoing, still a major milestone. And looking at the new wave of these layer ones that will have their ETFs going live, this is a big day for anybody who does hold HBAR, because it's an institutional bridge into the world of DeFi. Okay. So looking into this launch, I think that right now, as you look at it, there will be even more outside of Canary, but also as they did roll out their Litecoin ETF, this is a busy week for crypto listings in the United States. So outside of that, Hedera, right, we all know about kind of what they're doing, but this is something where they describe the launch as the ETF launch as institutional stealth mode activated. Okay. So big money growing behind the scenes within HBAR, okay? But for me, guys, like I said, it's more of a buy the rumor, sell the news event. For me personally, if you guys want to use this news headline and just say, okay, guys, we made it, let's buy all the HBAR up we can, sure, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your own capital. Just for me and what I'm doing personally, this is kind of where I would look to more so fade this big day and this news headline in the short term and still be long on HBAR. Okay, so that's kind of my thoughts, but also this will open the door for a lot more ETFs. The Solana one, we can talk Cardano's coming, and also the XRP ETFs, as we do see this being a new flurry and a quicker standard to cut down the time for previously delayed crypto ETF launches. So more so outside the box of HBAR, I think this is a testament to the regulatory wave that's coming, right? The government is pushing things through. They're trying to expedite these processes. And this is just a big step for not just HBAR, but for all of crypto today. In a time where, yes, the market is down overall, we'll take the 8% almost for HBAR on the day. I'm never going to complain about any crypto kind of outperforming the rest of the overall market. Okay, so that's my thoughts. I wanted to share with you guys the big headline. Leave a comment down below after you all subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the love and support. But leave a comment. What are you doing with the news behind the HBAR ETF? Curious to hear your guys' thoughts and reactions. But I thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.